Hello guys, it's Mr. DeLorean here. Welcome to a top 5. Today I'm going to be explaining my top 5 worst weapons in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and let's get into it. Okay guys, starting off with number 1, we have the HVK-30, and it looks like it has a low amount of damage and also not the best range. The fire rate's pretty actually high, which is good, and accuracy is kind of in the middle. So the only reason I have this as my number 1 spot is because the damage and the range is pretty low, which means you have to be very close to the person to get them, and accuracy is kind of in the middle. So if you shoot the gun, it's gonna not get the best range that you guys would probably want. So that's really why it's my number 1, because if you shoot at someone and the range is obviously not going to be the best, also the damage is pretty low. So that was honestly my number 1. Moving on to the number 2 spot, we have the P06, and the only reason I put this as my number 2 spot is because damage and range is pretty good, but the fire rate is actually terrible. And the only reason I said that is because it's only 1 fire rate, and fire rate needs to be your top, your number 1, because it is the most important. Only because if you really want that shooting very fast at the enemy, then you're gonna really want fast fire rate, and the accuracy and the range are pretty close to each other. So obviously you want fast firing rate, so you can get that fast kill. And also you want very good accuracy and range. Damage looks pretty good, and it's also a charge burst sniper that fires 3 deadly rounds at a rapid fire rate, and that is also pretty good. But if you're gonna have very low fire rate, then I suggest not using the weapon, because that isn't also sniper rifles, and it's a 3-round burst, so it's not the best. Okay, moving on to our number 3. We have the 205 Breck, I think it is, and since this is our number 3 spot, obviously is in the shotgun section. Shotguns, usually you would expect that very good shot for a 1-hit 1-kill, but this one has a damage that is in the middle. Range is also bad, which honestly you'd expect that in a shotgun. Fire rate is lower than damage, which is still kind of in the middle quarter. Then accuracy is even lower than range, lower than damage, which is close to fire rate. So if you guys really do want really good range, that's just not using a shotgun. But if you want that close range shot and a 1-shot 1-kill, then I suggest using a shotgun. But this one has very low damage at a very low range, so I should just not using this also. Now going in at our number 4 spot, we have the CUDA, and the only reason I say the CUDA is because if you guys look very close, you guys can see the range is pretty high, but if you look at the damage, it is very, very, very low. And if you really want high damage, then I should just not using this. But the good part about it is it's a full auto submachine gun and has steady fire rate. But fire rate you can kind of see is even below the middle rate, which is a little bit lower than range, but accuracy is also pretty low, and it is a very, very hard gun to level up, and I've experienced it before, so I should just not really getting much into the CUDA. If you add some attachments, I'm pretty sure it ups the fire rate and everything, but other than that, if you just want to use it without any attachments and get some of those camos, I should just not using this at all. It is a submachine gun. Some submachine guns are pretty good, even the Razorback, but that will be probably saved for my top 5, other top 5. And moving on to our number 5 and last spot. Okay guys, coming in at our number 5 spot, we have the WEevil. Now this gun I've used a lot, and it's good if you put a lot of attachments on it, such as the reflex sight, and to reduce more range and everything. But here's my reasoning for having this as my top 5 worst last one, because it has very, very low damage, as you see. right here. Now, if you want good weapon, now the range in fire, like our fire rate is amazing. It's really good, but damage is really low. It's at a 3-bar. Range is pretty good halfway. Fire rate, like I don't even know how to explain. It's perfect. It's really good, but also the damage and range practically really just takes out of fire rate and everything. Accuracy is 1 more bar actually. Actually, I think 1 more actually after accuracy. And it just, like, I should just not using it if you're just starting off. I should just using other ones that I'll explain in my top 5 best classes. And that's really the top 5. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5. Make sure to leave a like for the next top 5, which is going to be my top 5 best classes. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, my amigos, and see y'all later.